What's up? It's your boy Carcino here. Let's talk about it. Man, what more can I say here? We've seen some of the biggest situations in hip hop be displayed and blown out of proportion, and we've seen some of the most exploitive situations in hip hop come on the scene, and be put on display in a manner that doesn't normally like fit. So we've seen a lot of these different things, and I'm like, well, in that case, is it live or is it Memorex? And for the people who too young to understand what that meaning is it fake or is it real? you know, and that's how television is now. They call it reality TV, but none of it's real. So they create scenarios when they run out of storyline because it's like, look, we running out of storyline. You guys need to do something here. He need to forget to take out the garbage. Something we need something to spend for another season. Now, Joe Budden turns around and proposes to um, Cyn Santana, right? And I think I spoke on this probably once why it happened, probably in a live stream or something. But I know, this is not something that makes me go, wow, I got to get out there. I got to get ahead on this one. It's like, are you serious? I don't want to deal with this, you know? And it's it's ridiculous to me. Like I told you, there's Podcast Joe, Love and Hip Hop Joe, and State of the Union Joe. Those three Joe Buttons are the ones you gonna run into. The Podcast Joe is I'm free to do what I want to do. Love and Hip Hop Joe is this fake, phony guy, and State of the Union Joe is I don't want to mess up my bag. Let's not mess up the bag. So Love and Hip Hop Joe is all this fake and phoniness that you just can't believe Joe Budden would be privy to. And that's why I don't even deal with these type of shows. I can't believe they are still on the air and people still have jobs. To putting this kind of garbage on television. And as long as people are buying this, that's why we're never gonna get the television programs that we used to have back in the days that used to teach us and comedy shows. We can't get them because we gotta focus on nonsense, And I'm like, okay, why are we focusing on nonsense here? Doesn't make any sense to me, but all right, if that's what y'all believe, that we need, then so be it. I'll be watching regular shows on Netflix and wherever it's available. My whole thing was, why did we feel it was a necessity to talk about such garbage? Like, when did we fall into this trap, man? It's just, to me, it just really blows my mind. So, I don't know. Maybe that's just me being nostalgic and everything. So, I think we need to look at it from a wider scope. Joe Budden has done this before, right? Didn't he propose to Tahiri on the show? Tahiri, I think we should get married. And she turned him down on the show. Now, Sin, who this whole time, I had made a video telling you all this was fake months ago. Like, this is garbage. And when they come back and say they back together, don't tell me you didn't know. Cyn was just told to be quiet, lay low, stay quiet, and all the rumors were going around that they're broken up without them even talking about it. Now all of a sudden they proposed and they're getting married and all this foolery. And I'm just like, how do they catch people with this stuff? They even got my mom watching this garbage now. My mom was way above watching some crap like this. Now she's sitting there watching surgery shows. Botox plastic surgery shows. I'm like, what in the world they got you watching, ma? You don't watch this. This ain't you. But that's how they get you in the trap. You got people that know better. And they out here doing this. So imagine to the ones that don't know any better. They've been dumbed down to watch this show. Remember, I'm the person that walked out on his girlfriend and the girl I was messing with, right? I don't know, please don't give her that title. But I'm the guy that walked out on his girl in the middle of Bad Girls Club. I saw my whole life reflect in my whole eyes and say, is this it? Is this what I'm finna be for the rest of my life? Is this all I'm gonna be? It was like, if I stay here, I'm gonna end up getting this chick pregnant, be stuck here with her and her mama in this house, and sitting around watching Bad Girls Club and all this other nonsense with nothing coming out of it. It's just nothing. Whole bunch of nothing. Emptiness. So I had to reflect on that. And I said, you know what? I need to reflect on this because couldn't be my life. I'd be sitting there watching reality shows, 500 pounds. Nah, that wasn't gonna be me. I got up, walked out, and that was the last time they ever seen me. They see me on Facebook, but other than that, I've seen nothing. But, so Sarah, right? And Joe Budden, once again, has pulled the wolves over your eyes because the producers of the show dictate what you guys want to see and what you guys don't want to see. And this has nothing to do with hip hop. Repeat, it has nothing to do with hip hop. How is your show Love and Hip Hop when there's nothing hip hop about your show? Oh, we used to have these one hit wonder rappers, that them, but they ain't on nothing now. But let's see what they've been doing in their life. It's a joke. A complete and utter joke. Yeah, call me Carcino the hater and all this and that. I'm just saying, this is no hate on Joe Budden. I'm just like, I can't believe that somebody like Joe, they would get him to do this. Podcast Joe, they could never get to do this, but it just shows you, Joe's been doing this for a long time. He was like, I'm on the Shrink relationship couple show, and I need mental help. You could tell he was struggling, to deal with some of the demons of the industry. I mean, he didn't understand what he was doing when he was in his feelings about certain things. He didn't understand how this game was going to work against him. Once he started to expose what was going on in the Eminem camp, that's when I was like, yes, Podcast Joe stood up for us. He's got protection. He can't get shut down now. He's backed by. He's got the big deal with Diddy. He's got the Spotify deal, and that was that. But now you see he kind of dances on a minefield, like he's been warned. Don't go in that. Don't go down that road no more with Eminem. Okay, you said your point, Joe. We let you say your point. Now don't have it on it no more. And now with some Eminem, like this whole Nick Cannon thing, he looked at it as fun. He won't really indulge in it too much anymore. Wanted to protect his relationship with Royce, which is a very big shock to me that Eminem would still be cool with Royce. That shows you how much Eminem needs Royce. Because before, if this would have happened to anybody else in the world, they'd be out like a scout on a new route. Eminem would have gotten rid of them so quick, but he needs Royce. Because Royce can do the things that and be there in places and speak for him where he don't really trust nobody else. He don't send, who he don't send? Bizarre? Nah, you can send Royce. Royce would be your voice box. Just like Proof used to be his voice, his muse, his looking up to. Now you can look up to Royce. But still be his boss. So you got that in mind too. Anyway, thank you for the guy who donated a large amount to the Cash App. Thank you very much. This is what you wanted to hear. So glad to help you out in this situation. For the rest of you guys, he donated to the Streamlab. So you got to click the link in the description box. Hit up the Streamlab. Leave me a message in there. Like I said, I was reading the messages yesterday. And I guess you guys are on Christmas break. But the Streamlab button is the donate button in the description box. So knock yourself out. I'm done. What? This thing should have stopped. Oh yeah, my Cash App is Carcino too.